So I said to him, I don't care how much peanut butter's on it. I'm not going near it. Oh, hello, and welcome to Not Another Leeds podcast, where tactical analysis evaporates and chaos does indeed ensue. Now, today, it is the penultimate episode.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even know you had that prepped. I don't
So there it is. It worked. Welcome to Not Another Leeds podcast. It is our penultimate episode. So let's make it a good one, boys. It is a full. It is a full house today. We have Kev, who is running for MP, I think, next July. Is it going on?
Yeah, MP for Nuneaton and Bedworth. I'm going for it, mate. Definitely this year.
Well, I wish you all the best, mate. I wish you all the best. And how are we doing? Are we all good?
Yeah. Shitting me pants, but yeah, I'm all good.
So it's only natural, mate. And we have our other co-host. It's the only person to successfully framed Roger Rabbit. It is James. Hello, James.
Hi.
Short and sweet. Love it. Today's guest, you might know him from the other podcast, the Ought to Know Better podcast, is indeed Luke, who is well known for kicking a horse a few decades ago in the mouth, and its descendants are now called giraffes. Hello, Luke. How are we?
I'm all right, mate. I'm not just from the other podcast. There is more than just our two, but yeah, it's another, I suppose. Not another Leeds podcast, but we could get into trouble there. But yeah, very well. Thank you for asking. Thanks for having me on, as always, gents. Lovely to see you all, looking fresh and ready for the weekend, Friday night and that.
Well, it's because I've been shitting myself that much. I've lost loads of weight. So it's only natural. I can't keep any food down. Before we do get into the Wembley preview, I've had an idea, Luke. There's no sponsor this week. I've had one of my crazy ideas. Now, rumour has it that there's quite a few Leeds fans in the Saints end. So what better way to help them out, get them a disguise, so to speak. So here it is. Here's my, help for you Leeds fans in the Saints end. You get this. Is it going up? Yeah, there we go. You get a proof, not fake. It's a badge. I am a fan of Southampton, and you get a free Laetitia mask, right? And who would buy that, you ask? Who would want that? Well, who's this? He's took time out to put this on. It is indeed Chuck Norris. Now, he's obviously a long-time Leeds United fan. So there you go.
Think, doesn't it? Makes you think, yeah.
Makes you think. Look, do you know anyone that would be interested in something like this?
Yeah.
Well, get in touch if you want one. If you are watching.
Do you want names?
Name them all.
You can't do it just in case we've got
expecting,
25 spies, man. Yeah.
Right then, lads. Let's get into it then. Right, Luke. First and foremost, mate. How is the nerves?
Do you know what? I'm trying to switch off. I went to a gig on Wednesday night. Got absolutely plastered. Yesterday was rough. Too rough to think about it. Been working all day today, so I've tried to sort of keep away from it. We're doing our podcast after this tonight, so I think this will probably be the start of the week. And I'm not doing much tomorrow. Other than getting a moustache shaved in, I might add. And yeah, so I think the nerves are going to start to kick in now when I'm sort of sitting on my hands and, twiddling my thumbs and not got a lot to do. But I'm not too bad at the minute. And you know what? I don't really care how it ends up. And I said this, I went onto an Ipswich fan spaces last night on Twitter.
I saw that.
I was like, I was talking about the Premier League and how it's not this great place to be. And there's a lot wrong with it. And I said that I do want to get promoted, but for the wrong reasons. And it's simply selfish reasons to say we're in the Premier League, to have better money, a bit more players. It's not because of the Premier League and what it once was, but yeah, just to have the bragging rights and stick one up to all those people that have written us off all season and play I Predict Right as loud as we can.
Oh, you're not allowed to sing that, mate. Apparently, that's a Leicester song now.
Is it?
Not allowed to sing. Yeah, we're not allowed to sing it anymore. So we will be blasting it out when we go up. Kev, how are your nerves, mate? I know they're shot to shit.
Yeah, big time now. I've just got to agree with what Luke said there. I've tried to make myself busy for the past few days and not think about it. But I've come in here tonight, set up all my shit, and now I'm more rattled than a beggar's tin, mate. I'm telling you, honestly, I'm starting to shit my pants a little bit. Everybody at work's been going on about it. It's yeah, it's starting to get me now. It's very big, this game, isn't it? I haven't had one of these for a while, so.
Yeah, and not as successful ever, have we? James, is there any point in me asking you, because you are Mr. Positive?
I've been pretty chilled this week, considering what's coming up on Sunday. To be fair, I thought I'd be a bit more ass twitchy, but no, I'm chilled. I'm very confident that we can win this game quite comfortably.
That is what we like to hear.
Sake, man.
Also, that itself, you saying that makes me shit myself even more, because I don't know how you can be so confident, mate. It's fucking unreal. Right. Obviously, we came on the back of smashing Norwich 4-0, and Gruev, of all people, scored, which was quite a swifty free kick. Luke, do you think that was like give us loads of momentum going into this game? And do you think we've got the mentality for this final with the players?
I think we've got to be positive, haven't we, going into it? I think if it had been a nervy 1-0 or even a 2-0 or whatever, I think there'd be a lot more doubt. But the feeling around social media and the people you speak to, I've been in the gym tonight. I was talking to a couple of lads who aren't Leeds fans, and they were like, I think, you'll probably do it. And I was like, Saints have beaten us twice this season. Which, fair enough. I think you can probably, if you wanted to, you could sort of dissect both games and say, well, we probably wouldn't have lost them if we'd have started Rodon instead of Cooper, and in the first one, and in the second one, we had to go for the win, so he left our midfield wide open. They've got a really good midfield, and he won't do that again in the final. Simply won't do that. But yeah, the feeling around the place is really one of positivity, isn't it? It's a nice place to be in, I think, and on the back of absolutely shafting them, they were. It was a bit of, they were really crap, but we were really good on the night. Do you know what I mean? And it was just what a time to find that sort of form. But I think the momentum actually came from the first game, and actually going down to Norwich and controlling 90 minutes of football pretty much. In their own backyard, and they didn't fancy coming up to Ellen Road and didn't expect to get anything. Wagner even said himself, the longer the game goes on, the more it's in the momentum swings, the pendulum swings, and everything. So they weren't interested. He was trying to shit house all the way through, like he did with Huddersfield all them years ago, and not even score a goal in open play. So yeah, I think it's a great time to pick up the momentum. Really, really positive. I think we will do it as well, by the way. And I know we'll probably go on to prediction stuff a little later, but I'm really positive. And look, if we don't, I'm not. I will be in the immediate, but in the long term, I'm not going to be that arsed.
Yeah, that's well said, mate. What about you, Kev? Anything to add?
I again agree with Luke. I want to be in the big show, right? I want to be in the Premier League. I want to have all these big ass, badass names coming into the club, all the players that we're going to get linked with if we get promoted. But I don't think I've enjoyed a season as much as this since Bielsa, really. So. Swings and roundabouts, catch-22s. I'm not bothered. We will lose some players, but I'm sure they'll. But yeah, I want to be in the show too. Do you know what? It's a really hard question to answer for me, because I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place about really enjoying my football or going up, getting better players, having all this money, and then getting tonked every week. So yeah.
I think the difference with this time, Kev, is that I think as a fan base, we've got a lot more belief in this 49ers enterprise than we've ever had in Rads and Co. Do you know what I mean? So I think they will invest, and I think we'd probably have a good go at it. But even still, you look at the teams that have had a proper go at it and spent loads of money. You're Notts Forest and others, and they're still hanging around relegation and having to stay up on the last day and stuff like that. So it's not this. It's not this holy grail anymore where you can go up and there's not many teams stay up there for a long time, more than 2 or 3 seasons anymore, it's disheartening, because to be able to be competitive at that level, you've got to spend a lot of money. I mean, Scum have spent billions and they still finished outside of the European places. Do you know what I mean? It's just absolute chaos, and even money doesn't guarantee success. So yeah, it's one of them. I mean, ask me this question next week and we've won and got promoted, I'll just say, yeah, I always wanted to get promoted. Yeah. I'm the happiest person on earth. But yeah, I think for me, it's obviously we want to get promotion. Obviously we want to see the club at the highest level. But if we don't, it's not all that bad, I suppose.
Yeah.
I think, James, just before I elaborate on that, your thoughts, mate?
Yeah, I mean, we all know that the majority of teams going up to the Premier League just shit and they get spanked, and it's boring for a lot of teams up there if you're not like one of the big six. But getting up there, gives us more options, doesn't it? It gives us the chance to fucking expand the stadium and modernise it a bit more and get more fans in, more money. Look at Villa. You know, they've cracked it a little bit, haven't they? I mean, they survived by the skin of their teeth by that dodgy goal against Sheffield United, but they've gone on and from strength to strength. That's with good owners. So I think we'll be all right if we get up there. I generally do. I mean, I think it'll be a bit of a slug for a couple of years, but right investment, getting the right players in as well. You can be in Notts Forest and buy 70,000 players, but if they're not the right players for your team or your style, it's just you're just wasting your money, aren't you? And now they're in the shit. So I think
follow the Brighton model. Yeah, follow the Brighton.
Yeah,
find enough gems from the woods of Venezuela. Get them playing in centre midfield. Do you know what I mean? That's what we need. Is something like that. That would be nice, but I don't see us being that.
Yeah, they've got an exclusive deal, haven't they, with manager? So
yeah, they've got a great sort of scouting network, haven't they? They've got a very unique scouting network, Brighton, that no one else is allowed to have. But I think we'll be all right. And I say I agree. Not doing it. I'm not too fussed because, as I said, I think we'll just smash the league next year anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. It's what touching on what Luke said. It's like it's been 3 go up, and then the same 3 have just come straight back down. And you saw Burnley; they smashed the Championship last season. They've gone up there and they've just been smashed every other week, and they've now been relegated. There is this gulf between. Obviously, we don't expect to smash the Premier League. I just feel like that there's 3 mini leagues. You've got the bottom third, you've got the middle third, and then you've got the super elites. You know, your Arsenals, your Cities, and stuff like that. I do want to get promoted because I want nothing but the best for Leeds United. You know, you'd think. But it's just like coming on to Sunday, the momentum. I think I want to be positive, but there's always that Leeds United PTSD inside me that says they might not. You know what I mean. We've got bad history and all that kind of stuff. I mean, look, it's getting inside a player's mentality. Surely they've got to be confident. I know you just touched on it, but what if you're a player? What are you thinking on Sunday morning?
I mean,
apart from
if they
checking
don't
your bank
believe
account.
if they don't think they can win, they wouldn't be in this position in the first place. You know, we wouldn't have finished 3rd in the league. We wouldn't have. I still think, pound for pound, man for man, we have the best squad in the we played the best football. We were the best team in the Championship this season. We just weren't consistent enough, and we had bad run at the start, bad run at the end, and a couple of players went missing when we didn't really need them to go missing. Unfortunately, I think that one of them was Georgie Rutter, and after it was great the other night, by the way. Who didn't he had an hernia operation? I think he had or something.
Yeah.
So there's lots of little bits, but I think they'll be waking up. They'll be nervous, and if they are, that's a good thing. You know, it shows they care. And I think one of the things for me, if I was a player for Leeds United, I couldn't believe how the example that Archie Gray is setting. You know, he's just literally tweeted, or the club's tweeted something earlier about he's been there as a fan, he's been there to do it as a player. He's brilliant. But did you see him go into the circle and actually talk to all the players at the end of the game?
I have got the coldest photo, and here it is. Look at that. He's, 18 years old.
Photo of the year, that is.
Leeds United fan, been in the academy. You know, it's from a dynasty. That, honest, mate, I'd be harder than Italian marble if that was me inside that circle, which is not if you really want to set a picture in a circle of men.
You go in different circles, you don't you?
Yeah, it's a different circle of men. Yeah, you're right. That's, by the way, subscribe to my OnlyFans. So
there's a biscuit in the middle of that circle.
I'm the biscuit. What are we doing? Save it for the WhatsApp group, Luke. Kev, what are you going to say about the photo, buddy?
About the what? Sorry, the photo. It's my favourite photo of the year. That is. It's just encapsulates what sort of season that we've had. We've had a lot of good players play well this year, but a lot of it's been put on the back of a 17/18-year-old, and he's played like 50 games for us. And then the final game at Ellen Road of the year, he's standing in the middle, surrounded by the players. He just looked in awe at the end of the game, and the atmosphere as well. Wow, man, that's what every fan looks for, because they all love their homegrown players, don't they? One of our own, and it was him who's at times carried us through. So it's just amazing to see. And honestly, I know he's going to get linked with all these big clubs and that, but I don't see him going anywhere anytime soon. I think he build a team around him from next year onwards as well, even in the Prem.
Here's a question then for James. Do we say we don't go up, just hypothetically? You know, I'm being delusional, I know.
Yeah.
Do we
go on.
keep it? Do we keep him at right back for you, James, or do we play him in midfield and build around him there?
Well, I think if you give him a summer playing in midfield and building a team around that, then yeah, I think he starts midfield next year. Definitely.
Yeah, I like him at right back. I thought he would.
I see him
he's
end up
excellent.
10.
He's
I
good.
see him end up in 10. I do. I really do like the way Bellingham moved into the 10 for Real Madrid, starting off in that deep position because he just again he reminds me of how Bellingham played at a younger age. That's why I see Archie end up playing is that 10 bursting on, running on beyond the defence. I see him doing that throughout his career.
But
And
he could go a little Trent. He could go Trenty, couldn't he? And sort of play that
Trenty.
right back role and drift into the midfield like he does. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But his uncle's a right back, weren't he?
I have no idea,
Right.
mate. Hold on, I'll just text him.
So,
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
So going into Sunday, Luke, again. Do you keep the same team, mate? What's your
Absolutely.
thoughts?
Yeah. You can't change that winning formulation. Formulation? Formula.
Formulation.
Formulation. That's a great
That's
word,
a
Luke.
big word for this.
It's
one.
half formation, half formula. So I was like, just
It's too
formulation.
It's
Yeah.
perfect.
That's too
Formulation.
technical for this body, mate.
Formulation.
Yeah, I just can't see it. I think Pirro had his best game in a Leeds shirt. I think everybody played 9 out. There was no poor performances. And I think everybody got through unscathed. I don't think there's any additional injury worries. I've not listened to Farke's press conference today, but I've just picked up little bits from Philly. I obviously understand Paddy's not back anyway. That might have been the only change I would have considered and that was if he was at 100% fitness, which he wouldn't have been anyway. So yeah, absolutely leave that squad. Tell them to do exactly what they did again. I have a feeling we might not see that squad. By the way, I have a feeling we might see. A Norwich first leg squad for the first half, and then a Norwich second leg for the second half.
Really?
Mhm.
Oh, do you think he's playing games? Do you think?
Well, it worked for us, didn't it? You know, if we go down there and frustrate them and keep hold of the ball and control the game for the first 90 minutes, for 45 minutes, and then go and then just completely change that in the second half and just go for it and play that free flowing, lovely stuff that we saw at Ellen Road. Yeah, I think we might see that. I think we might see that? No, I don't actually do. I think that's what I'd like to see more than anything. Because I just felt we were much easier to break down at home, even though they didn't really have a chance of breaking us down. They had better chances at our place, even though they played with two absolutely knackered strikers, Ashley Barnes and Josh Sargent, who weren't fit. I think on another day, if that game goes to 2-1 and Melia don't make that save, it's a completely different game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we're much tighter away from home, and I think Farke might be happy with that to see. And he's not going to make changes at half time, is he? So yeah, we probably won't see that. I'm just going to completely contradict everything I've just said for the last 2 minutes.
Formulation.
Round
That's
of- yeah.
explanation.
Yeah, that's good formulation.
Formulation.
I've contradicted myself about 4 times in one little
all right,
paragraph
mate.
there.
That's Leeds, mate. That's what it does. It does to us. Yeah.
Because I've been thinking as I've been
Luke,
saying it.
you
Actually, no chance.
You started here and went all the way around. No, but yeah, you know, when you talk about something, sometimes you have to contradict yourself because you're like, oh, I was wrong. Kev, talk to me, mate. Same team, same lineup, same passion.
I think it's going to be exactly the same. And if Pirro plays like that, yeah, then I think if Pirro and Rutter play as well as they did the other night, I think we win. I really do. I think them two will be our main players in the game on Sunday. I think if them two play well, I think we win. That's how I look at it. I really do. I think everything revolves around them two playing well. I really do.
The Norwich second leg, I just thought there were not one person that didn't have a good game. I was very impressed with Pirro, and you know how I feel about him. Obviously, I could talk about it on Sunday because I wasn't there. But I just thought he actually looked like a number 9, and he's really good. But anyway, we spoke about that, haven't we? James, what's your thoughts on the lineup for you, mate?
Yeah, I mean, the way we played was literally a complete performance from start to finish against Norwich. The best performance of the season. Everyone doing their jobs, everyone doing what they're supposed to be doing. Even Melier, you know, just stepping up when he needed to. I pick the same team. You keep it and just hope that they pull off that same performance. If they do, I don't think they touch us. But that midfield for me is the one where I'm like, look at that bit there. Gurev and Kamara's got to be on it, and Firpo.
Yeah.
Kyle Walker-Peters is dangerous, man. Firpo's got to be on it big time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like you just touched on it there, Luke. When Sargent went through, or one of Ned Flanders' kids, whichever one they're called.
Rod.
It were through. Rod, yeah. Rod were through on goal. It was near enough the same place, same minute, the same score as when Jack Marriott went through, and I see that as a good omen that he's timed his his save and his strong hand, and I like to see it as a good omen because I'm superstitious. I think he'll go with the same team. I know that I want to see that Kamara tackling Gruev, just dropping back. He's honestly, thoughts on Gruev, Luke. I thought he was absolutely phenomenal against Norwich.
I thought the midfield won that game. Him and Kamara playing so well next to each other. I think obviously there was other great performances, but those two breaking up play and just controlling the tempo for 90 minutes plus was the difference. But they did the same down there, which was a different game plan. When they got the ball, they were trying to keep hold of the ball rather than, whereas at home we looked to go forward almost as soon as we got possession, which I like to see. Obviously we like to see a progressive side, but I just like that they can almost do it all. They can control the tempo, keep hold of the play, and make the easy pass when away from home when we don't need to take risks. But actually when we've got the momentum and that, they were quite happy to play the forward pass, and actually they were really good at it, and that's what I felt won the game. So yeah, I think those two are key to us having a good performance. I still think Archie Gray's best position right now is right back. I think that's where he seems to play his best football. I think the expectation, he can play midfield, don't get me wrong, he's brilliant in there. I think just the expectation of him in a midfield role is a little bit too high from us as fans, and we've got to appreciate he's an 18-year-old lad coming up against seasoned professionals in some cases. Sorry, he's a professional as well, but seasoned sort of people who've been about a bit. So yeah, I probably would still play the same team. Going back again on what I said completely, and and yeah, it's just all about that midfield battle because they've got really really good midfield. That Flynn Downs class player, and then what's the other lad called?
Big Bones
from Rangers.
Voldemort.
Aribo and Voldemort, haven't they?
Aribo's really good. And they're a big set as well, so we need to be a bit more clever. Do you know what I mean? Smallbone, I don't really rate Smallbone, but he played really well against West Brom. That's the first time I've seen him play really well. But yeah, they've got a good midfield three, and yeah, it'd be really interesting to see how we set up for them.
I think that's where the match is won and lost in the midfield. That Smallbone twice has just drifted into our box and put the ball away, and that's really, really annoying. James, is that? Do you agree? Do you think that's where it's won and lost on Sunday? We need to cover that midfield.
Yeah, I did just say that a minute ago, mate. You weren't listening, were you?
I know, but can you elaborate, please?
Yes, I think yeah, it's massive in there, isn't it? Like against Norwich, both Kamara, Gurev, fantastic. As they both said, forward passes. They were doing it more often, but not only were they doing it, they were effective when it was getting up there. So like both Ruta and Perot was making use of it. So it all matters. And I think, yeah, that's where I'll be won and lost in the midfield on Sunday.
And it is a massive pitch
won,
as well at Wembley.
It'll be one. It's not.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same.
That's a rumour.
Yeah, me and James said that last week.
We said it last week.
I totally thought
I was like, oh.
I mean, it's a big stadium, but the pitch is the same size.
It's bigger mentally because of the situation. Yeah. We'll say that.
Well, colour me a dickhead because I believe the rumour.
Oh, we're all dickheads.
Kev, is any place that you think it could be won, especially apart from putting the ball in the fucking net?
I do think Firpo versus Kyle Walker-Peters is going to be a big battle as well because he switches his formations around a lot. Don't he? Plays three at the back and then there's wing backs, and then he sometimes goes to a back four. I do worry about that left side. I'll probably have sleepless nights about that for the next two nights. Firpo, because last time Walker-Peters had his number, really, didn't even in the home game. So yeah, I'm just thinking about that. I think that's going to be big part of the game is there. Yeah, for me anyway.
Yeah. Now, see, this week we've all been like, oh, is Shay Adams going to be fit? Ross Stewart, is he going to be fit? And it's now confirmed that Ross Stewart and Shay Adams are in contention for Sunday. Obviously, we're missing a few players. Do you think it's going to be mind games again, Luke? Just like before?
I mean, possibly. That Russell Martin's a knob anyway, isn't he? So, like, you know, he's going to try and play the game, and that Ross Stewart, I think he's been involved. I think he played a few minutes. I think he nearly scored against West Brom, if I remember rightly. He came on, didn't he? And he played a few minutes. So it's not anything we didn't expect. I don't think they'll be at full fitness though. So I think they'll at best play for sort of 45 minutes, and depending on how the game's going, you know, we might not see them at all. So, yeah, two good players for this standard as well, and decent to have available. I mean, we'd much rather have Paddy available, wouldn't we? As even just as an option, even if he wasn't.
Yeah.
But we might, you know, Farke might be playing games. He might be on the bench at the weekend.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You like to think so, but according to the press conference, he's out. Is James? Do you reckon is this his last game for Leeds United? Do you think? Sorry, has he played his last game for Leeds United, Bamford? For you?
Oh, possibly, mate. Possibly. Just purely. I mean, he has been better this year, but it's still in and out of injury, isn't he? And it's like you can't rely on him. And yeah, we need someone else. I think. I think he needs replacing. He's a good player when he's fit. He is, and he helps our team sort of tick a bit, but he's just unreliable.
Yeah. The old biscuit knees and stuff. Kev, what about you?
Sorry, just really quickly. I think the problem we've got with Paddy is that he's on so much money, and for an injury-prone 30-odd-year-old, we're not gonna. Yeah. There's not gonna be many suitors or people who are gonna want to take that on, unless we go up, and then somebody in the Championship might take a risk on him, but. I just can't see it, to be honest. I think we're stuck with him until the end of his contract.
Yeah, I agree with Luke. I'll be honest with you, the only way we get rid of him is if we don't go up, because he took, I think he took a 50% pay cut when we got relegated. He was on 75 grand a week, if I remember rightly. He's obviously half of that in the Championship. If we go back up, it goes back up to 75. So yeah, if you're Patrick Bamford, you're not going to leave really. If you've got that money coming in, we've offered the contract. So yeah, I think the only way we do get rid of him is if we don't go up, and then somebody like Sheffield United takes a punt on him, something like that.
Well, that's very specific. What have you heard, Kev?
Nothing. They need players, don't they? Then they probably want to strengthen when they come down.
They'll probably sign Billy Sharp again. They'll probably re-sign him on a free because he's left all on him. Right, VAR is in this game. James, I know the dreaded three-letter shit thing.
I don't think it will help us.
No, acronym,
would you rather play?
Yeah, acronym.
Well, I would rather we didn't have it. I would rather we didn't have it, because I know we complain about when refs miss decisions and stuff, but VAR, I don't like it. I've never liked it. They don't do it properly, and we always get screwed anyway, even if VAR's in. So fuck it.
We've seen time and time again. Look at Huddersfield Town a couple of years ago when they were blatant penalty. They didn't give it. The Coventry goal against that team they played against Scum. That honestly, like, that ruined that game, because that were magical for Coventry, getting to a final and then just taken away by a rat's cock hair on the monitor, and they measured it wrong. I prefer
from a different angle, it looked like he was on. It was weird.
It was on. Yeah. What about you, Luke? Would you rather play with or without? I'm going to assume without.
Yeah, without, every day of the week. Yeah, look, put it down to human error. They get it wrong on the VAR anyway. So, like, you put in an error down to somebody and then asking somebody in an office to make another error. So, yeah, it's just delays the game. It spoils the moment. You know, you're celebrating goals and having it taken away from you, and vice versa. Bollocks, get rid of it.
Yeah. Kevin?
Yep, get rid. Hate it. It's one of the worst things ever to happen to the sport. Terrible.
There's talks of implementing what's the one called where it's like the other. They used it in the World Cup.
The semi-lob, semi-automatic.
On. Excuse me.
The semi-automatic. Yeah.
Semi-lob on. Is that a fraudulent slip?
I think it might be. Yeah, I think it's that semi-automated offside rule, isn't it, or something like that, where you see the robots and shit come on screen, like Blade Runner style. It's not worth it.
Shit. Yeah, watch along Leeds here. He says VR in the playoff final and not having it all season is just bullshit. Which I agree. It's just absolute cack in my opinion. Right, just to round up on the game then. Another player that is obviously leaving in the summer is Cooper. Now, I think he's been a great servant to the club. I know it's a cliche to say. I hope he gets a testimonial at some point. But are you sad to see Cooper go, James?
Yeah, we had a big chat about him last week, didn't we? About his sort of like experience being here and who he come in with all the shite managers that sort of managed him. Be able to sort of fix them up a bit. But I would have liked to have seen him get hold of him when he first come. But yeah, he'll be definitely missed. I'll Cooper.
Yeah. What about you, Kev?
Yeah, I think he's held himself with a lot of dignity throughout the entire course of his Leeds career. When he's not playing, he's not kicking up a fuss. He's trying to do stuff in the background. We all know Liam Cooper on his day can be quite good. It's just a lot of the times more recently we haven't seen the best of that. But yeah, I hope he gets a testimonial, and I hope he gets brought on when we're 4-0 up with 10 minutes to go on Sunday. That would be amazing as well. You know, imagine that happening with that big sea of white behind him as well. That would be perfect. That's
and as War Piglet says here, 40,000 Leeds fans singing Tories out might upset Pat as well. But Rishi Sunak is a Southampton fan.
Oh, yeah. They're probably sat next to each other, Pat and Rishi, yeah.
Yeah. Sunak could be sat in his pocket. It's about this big.
Debating which style of prawns they're going to have for tea, probably.
Yeah. We're playing croquet after the game and that, yeah.
And horse polo and all that. What about you, Luke? What's your thoughts on Cooper leaving, mate? I mean, can you see him going to dropping down or staying at the club in a coaching role?
Yeah, that's the question. I think he probably believes in himself to have another year or two, and I think he's probably got that in him. We've seen that he can play, probably not at the top end of the championship level, but maybe mid to lower end, and that he's got to really weigh it up as to. I think he'll be offered something at the club, definitely, or I think he should be. I think he's a model professional, as Kev said there. He's held himself in the so much respect throughout. You've never heard him moan. He's always talking to the camera. He's true about what he says. You believe things that he says, and you can see why every Leeds United coach has had him as a captain while he's been here. So, you don't make many people like Liam Cooper. You know that are natural leaders. But unfortunately, he's not good enough at football anymore to be a centre back at a club with our aspirations. I don't think so. Yeah, I'd love him to stay in a coaching capacity. Him and Stewie Dallas, maybe going down and working with the kids, or even the first team. I'm not sure, but I don't think we see him play for Leeds again.
Yeah, which would be sad. I mean, I'd like to see him in a coaching role because he's obviously, like you said, he's got that captaincy value about him, that leadership. So, look at Robbie's comment here. It says, Liam Cooper gave me his tickets for my only visit to Ellen Road with my daughter from Guernsey. Now, that's the type of person that he is. We know he's good with his charity work and stuff like that, and he's always engaged with fans. And he's that type of guy. And it will be sad to see him leave, but we need to move on as a football club, don't we? Right, so I'll go around and get some predictions then. James, I'll start with you because you're going to say something like 7-0.
What did I say last week? Did I say 4-1?
Yeah,
I'm going to take away that goal for them. If I did say 4-1, I'm going to take away that goal because I think we've got it now. We've got that defence back. I think Ampadu and Rodon, excellent for the 2 games. They got the mojo back. So I'm going to go for a 0 goal for them and 4 for us.
Really? Wow. Super confident pills today. What about you, Kev? What's your head telling us and what's your heart telling us?
My heart says something like mad, like 3-3 at full time and going all the way. But that's what that's what I feel. Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Something
what's
horrible.
Your head saying?
That's my head. My heart says 3-0.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. My head says it's going to be 3-3. Tense to shit, man.
6-3 then, that is. That's 6-3. Yeah. Add them together. Yeah.
This is going to be a horrible game on Sunday. I've just got a feeling.
Get your predictions in the comments as well. We'll go through them. Luke, go on then, mate. Lay it on us thick.
I think it's going to go to penalties, mate. 1-1. Go to penalties. They miss their first 3, though, and we go up.
Big Mez. Been
Oh, mate,
hammered all
imagine.
year. Pops out in that one game when we need him. Oh, that would be amazing as well.
Yeah,
But
running
you know
into
what? I
the
want to put my ideal scenario out there is to win 1-0, 95th minute, Archie Gray. That's what I'd love. That's what I'd want. Is Archie Gray to score the winner in the final for us,
Oh,
or
imagine,
Liam
mate.
Cooper?
That'd be nice. That would.
I've just got to work out how I get down to the pitch from like right up in the heavens. Like, you know, I'm still. I don't really fancy
Parachute,
jumping.
mate.
I was
James-
going to say, yeah.
James, you're gonna have a parachute where you are.
Take your bed
Yeah,
sheets.
the drones.
Take your bed
Yeah.
sheets from the hotel. Like
Take some
Fortnite.
drones. Salute
There must be a way to get down there because they must open like the gates and that when people are leaving. Do you know what I mean? So there must be a way to like to get down. I think somehow.
You probably have to go all the way back out to go
I'll
down to
do
the
it.
bottom. Are you going to go? Are you
Last
going to
time
pick
I
some
went,
bed?
it's all open. It's all like open on the bottom, so you can actually walk around into all the other bits of the ground. So it's like a one big stone circle. Last time I went, so
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm in the top tier, mate.
One
so,
big
like, I'd
stone
have to get
circle.
down there first.
Sounds
Yeah.
kind of Michael on a circle.
Luke's going to have snow on his head, mate. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, I've got to take a hat. I've got flip flops on my feet and a woolly hat on.
that's a good idea.
let's have a look at the predictions. And Ellis, good to see you, mate. He says 3-1 Leeds. Got Sammy, who says 2-1 Leeds. Watch along, saying 3-1 Leeds in the 90 minutes. Well, it's looking positive. Looking positive. Wobula says 4-0. Imagine Rutter's little face.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Imagine Rutter scoring the winner. Oh, that'll be good as well.
I do have to
Right
put out
then,
there. Southampton are going to have one thing that. Sorry, Leeds are going to have one thing that Southampton ain't got, and that's the fans, man. Because the fans the other night at Ellen Road, yeah, it's going to be. I think it's going to be electric, and I'm really peed off that I can't make it. But Luke, you're going down. James, you're going down. This is going to be absolutely electric down there, mate. Danny, I don't know if you are or not yet. Yeah.
No, I'll be in the front row, in the pants. We're going to say something. Were you going to say something, James? Before we
I was
move on?
going to say, yeah, we'll probably get hit by lightning bolts because we'll be right next to the fucking clouds. So
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, right. So let us move on to a segment. If you're new here, well, how you're still watching us is thank you. Welcome to the segment, which is Guess the Player. Now, what we do is I will put up an image of a player with a box on his head with a question mark. It's not really his head; it's just a box. And you have to look at that picture and try and guess who it is. So here it is. Here is the first image. Who is this player? Now, I can tell you he's played for a series of clubs. He's played for Newcastle. He's played for Liverpool. And there he's playing for Leeds United. Now, who do you think that is? See in the comments who you think it is. James, who do you think this person is?
I don't want to rush into this answer. Because I think I remember his press conference, and I'm pretty sure he wore shoes made out of crocodile skin. Then he wrote a song about it or something. It's Jimmy Nail.
Jimmy Nail. That's good. It's a realistic.
Jimmy fucking Nail, man. Oh my god, that's a blast from the past. That fucker is, man.
I'll come to you, Luke, mate. Who do you think it is? In your expertise and knowledge.
Yeah, I know it is, mate. It's Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard. Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
That's a good shout.
He's got
He's
high
fit.
heels on.
He does marathons. Who do you think it is, Kevin? It's going to be a big one.
It's Bart Simpson's longtime nemesis. It's Sideshow Bob.
Oh, Sideshow. Is that because he was mentioned earlier? Is that it?
Yeah.
Right. Well, we've got some guesses in the comments. Here we go. We've got SpongeBob SquarePants. We've got Jay with Genghis Khan. So not a bad. Forth Bridge, whatever that is. Woodgate. You're obviously new here, Carl. Harrison Ford. We've got a packet of scampi fries. Toby Carvery mac and cheese. And we've got Johnny Rotten. Johnny Rotten. Who do you think it is? So we've got your guesses. Fuck it, I forgot them already. But anyway, here is what you saw, and it's Ian Rush.
Oh god, quite close, man. Shit.
Yeah, and here he is playing for Liverpool. There you go. I'm only joking. It's not Ian Rush. It's actually Ned Flanders. And there it is. That is the last Guess the Player of the season. and it is still undefeated. God knows why. They're so easy. It's unbelievable. But yeah, so let's move on to some little bit of news. Now, I want to start with this one because I know that James has his pajamas. Jesse Marsh to Canada. What's our thoughts on this, boys? Because, hey, buddy, I'm not your guy. So, go on, James. Give us your thoughts on Jesse Marsh to Canada. Are you laughing at him?
I'm really, really sorry for you, Canada. That's what I've got to say on it.
Cool. Luke, what about you, mate?
I just can't wait to see Alphonso Davies trying the long throw.
Oh, mate, right.
That's true. Yeah.
Mate,
He plays out wide as well, doesn't he? Yeah, he plays out wide as well. I don't know what it's going to be like
Luke,
when it's. Yeah.
I know for a fact, right? I see you all the time on Twitter in the trenches with the trolls, day in, day out, right? What are you going to give the USMT fans a bit of your mind? And you can't blame Canada. Really. Blame Canada. But
well, I actually hope they beat the US today.
Yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it?
That'd be better, wouldn't it? Like,
yeah.
Oh.
And then they don't let him back in the country. That would be funny, wouldn't
it? Banished.
Banished.
You can stay up there.
Yeah, I feel for Canada, man. I can't stand the guy.
Is that true? What Pal's just put in the comments is Paul Pescasolido is his assistant manager. Because that's crazy. Didn't Jeff Horsfield bang his wife as well? Something like that, yeah.
Nothing but serious facts on this podcast. Yeah. Who's banging whose wife? Yeah. Right then, so we'll go on to the players have been returned. So Aronson's returned, Llorente is returning. Luke, I want to come to you first because I'd like to get your opinion on just bin them all, even if we go up.
Yeah.
The exiles, if you will.
Yeah, get rid of them, mate. Just get cash, weigh them in, mate, like a bit of scrap metal. I don't have any time for any of them really. I think arguably the only one that was probably good enough anyway might have been Max Vober. But I think the rest of them, yeah, mate, just get what you can for him. I think there's a player in Aronson if he beefed up a bit and got a bit more intelligent on the ball and that, and we saw that a couple of times, but I ain't got any time for these players who thought they were too good to try and get us back promoted. And I get it's a short career, and they're looking after the pennies and that. But these players have got relegated with their mates, or some of them did. I mean, specifically the one that I was most disappointed with was Jack Harrison, simply because he'd been through it all with us, and we'd given him a chance when so many others hadn't. And look, he jumped at the first chance to go to, of all places, fucking Everton. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not, he didn't have much to play for. He was never going to play for England. He's never going to be that good. So why not stick with your mates for a season and just see if you can get us back and earn a bit of that, a bit of a legacy, I suppose. If you do it twice with him, look at how we look at Cooper. And look, I don't ever expect Cooper. Cooper got offers to go to Saudi. You remember? Yeah. And he stayed. Yeah. He could have been lining his pockets now with probably double, treble his wages. Well, I don't think he'd already rejected it, hadn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
But yeah, I just think that they're not the type of players we want around us this time. If we do go up, we've seen that it doesn't work. And yeah, overpaid prima donnas. I'd rather have a team of Michael Browns.
Yeah, there was that little spell where Vober actually did improve us. What about you, Kev? Just get rid of them all then.
Yeah, I reckon Aronson's going to end up working at cash converters or something because he ain't a footballer, is he? I'd honestly just get rid of them all, mate. They don't just done. Start again. No. Yeah.
So, have you seen what's happened in the Trinity? Have you seen the photos of the stencil of Farke? Here we go. Look. See that?
Yeah. It's big. Not bad. Old face of
that. Yeah. Imagine when you're flying up over Leeds and you say, "Oh fucking hell, it's Farke there looking at me," and here he is there. Look, there's the other side of it.
Is this real?
Yeah. Yeah. Apparently. Yeah.
It's right in between Dodgman and Krispy Kremes by the look of it. Yeah.
Someone used a massive stick with a brush.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of those hoverboard. Right then, so we'll go on to Top Knob now. If you're new here, this is a segment where anyone that's pissed off for the week, we nominate them, throw them in the middle, and the most votes becomes this week's Top Knob. So think about it. Get them in the comments if you have got someone that's annoyed you. So let's get into this week's Top Knob.
Top Knob.
Right, so let's get into Top Knob. James, who's pissed you off this week?
My nomination isn't someone that's really pissed me off. I just thought it was really cringy and ridiculous, and it's going to be the Southampton fans invading the pitch after they won their playoffs. I thought that was really shockingly shit. So
that is a very good nomination.
So I'm going for the Southampton fans, and then they're going to feel it again on Sunday.
Good, yeah. What about you, Kev? Who's pissed you off? Who's rubbed you the wrong way, mate?
Leeds United Football Club, from being honest, is how they let those ticket touts get away with trying to charge fans like 700 quid to go watch a game at Wembley when the ticket costs 38 quid. I mean, I don't know how they can get around that and stop that happening, man. But it's really, honestly, I saw loads of people trying to get tickets and couldn't get them. It was just horrible, really. And they're going on there. It's 900 quid a pop, man. Disgusting. That needs to be fixed. Big time. That needs to be fixed.
What about you, Luke? Who's rubbed you the wrong way this week? It can't be Smarty.
I don't even know. I'm probably going to go with Weston McKennie.
Just cause.
Just the general.
That's how shit he was last year.
When in doubt, Weston McKenzie sharp.
Yeah, I just think of how shit he was when Mena come and save us, and we got rid of bloody Click for him, and it still scars me to this day.
It does sting, doesn't it? I hope he does come back for his 200th. I mean, I think he's like 4 or 5 games away from his 200 appearances, and he did say he'd come back. And that's the dream, innit? Just sign him for 5 games.
I think that ship's sailed, and whether we stay down or go up, he's not going to. I think if that was going to happen, it'd have had to have been on loan this season. If some
this January.
It would have had to been this year. That would have happened. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, that's sad. I might nominate the club for Top Knob now. No, I'm going to go with Saint Statistics because he's been fucking.
Oh, he's
putting in the overtime. He's putting in the overtime to just create this rivalry. I know we're playing each other in a final on Sunday, but bloody hell, he's just taking the piss. It's going on. Like Flynn Downs has scored more than Leeds United's entire midfield, 2-1, and it's like, like Alan Partridge meme. So they're all good nominations. So I think every one of them is valid. So every one of them, you are this week's Top Knob, especially Southampton.
Top Knob.
Right, we are on to the last segment. Hang in there, Luke. You're almost done. I've built a supercomputer. I don't know if you've known this, mate. It's with the latest technology and AI. It's going through puberty in a minute, so it might give you a bit of attitude. So I don't know what it's going to say. So are you ready to meet the NALP 3000, Luke?
Can't wait.
Can't wait. Technology, yeah?
Can't wait.
Beep, boop, beep.
Calculating. Question found. Would you rather fight Bielsa or dress up as a granny and let Wayne Rooney flirt with you?
Every week, this little bastard. Sorry about that, boys. Viewers, I am sorry. But we do have to answer the question. So, Luke, we'll get your answer first. What would you rather do? Would you rather have a fight with Bielsa or have it on with Wayne Rooney?
I couldn't hit Marcelo. If I was going to fight Marcelo, I'd just let him beat the shit out of me, I think, and just not even hit him back. So I think the easy option is just do what's easiest and dress up as a granny and let Wayne Rooney have his way with you.
I did say that. It said just flirt with you. So get your mind out. Get your mind out the gutter, Luke. But if you're Wayne, if you are watching, I'll give I'll sort you out. James, what would you have? What would you do, mate?
I'll do what Luke said first. I'd fight Bielsa and just let him beat me up.
I think get his knuckle prints tattooed on your face.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, but keep slapping me, and I'll just never wash my face.
knowing Bielsa, he'll probably get holy water and wash your feet or something very holy that the man is. What about you, Kev? Is Wayne Rooney a man that you'd like to flirt with?
Yeah. Only the fact is that Bielsa probably got hand grenades and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's what he's known for. I wouldn't want to have a scrap
What a way
with
to
it.
go, though. What a way
Yeah,
to go.
it's me around for a hand grenade. I wouldn't want that. So yeah, I think I'll dress up as a granny for Wayne Rooney.
No, he's a weird
I
man.
could never ever hit Marcelo, man. Just never ever.
Out of interest, what would be your granny name?
Mildred.
Doris.
Yeah.
Doris. Yeah, you know what? I'd would do it as a we'd have a four-way. I'd be
Wow, we.
Betty. Betty. I couldn't touch Bielsa, mate. He's.
I'd rather
he's too-
take a grenade than Wayne Rooney's penis. I'll say that.
I never said that. I just said.
Yeah.
He never said that. I just said flirt. I think you laugh.
Grannies are screwed. All the grannies in Cornwall are going to be screwed now.
If
mate.
you dress up as a granny in front of Wayne Rooney, you know you're gonna get banged. So
Look at this.
let's just
Look at this.
be realistic.
Rooney's morphing into Captain Haddock.
He's looking rough, isn't he?
He is. Yeah, his hair is
Yeah.
like a bit of
He
carpet.
always
doesn't
did look rough.
Honestly,
Yeah, no, I mean-
his head looks like it's like, you know, when you drop a lolly on the floor and it's covered in fluff when you bring it up. That's what Wayne Rooney's head looks like right now. His hair's sticking off and that. He looks
Like he should be on blood
He's
pressure
expanding,
medication. Yeah.
Who, by the way, is heavily linked to the Plymouth job.
Mm.
Yes.
So I mean,
Why?
I don't know. Can we just talk right quickly? I know it's not Leeds United related, but can we talk about some of these?
You got a lot of
managerial
grannies in
decisions?
Plymouth.
Must have, mate.
Retirement
have.
down, isn't it?
Yeah,
It might be
he's
King-
right. Luke's right. He's picked this job. He's handpicked this. He's
The
waiting
new
for
Warnock.
ages for this. Yeah.
The
I want
Granny
to work
Central
in
of
Plymouth
the
or
UK.
Filey.
Oh, goodness me. Wayne Rooney. Oh, he just texted me. He said, yeah, you're right. It is a granny capital of the world. Right. That is all we can really talk about, really, on this podcast this week. It is the penultimate one. And I do have a few things to talk about, actually. Myself, Gilly, and Smarty, we're all doing the Leeds 10K next month. And in the description below, there is a donation page to my page and the Andy's Man Club page that Gilly is running for. So please, if you can donate or even just share the link, much appreciated there. Thanks, Luke, for coming on this week, buddy.
Always a pleasure.
Where is the next Auto Know Better? Is it straight after this?
Yeah, we're on about 8:45. So if anybody's not had their Leeds United fixed enough with you guys, they're more than welcome to come on over and abuse us for an hour.
To be fair, they've probably lost a lot of brain cells watching us tonight, mate.
Yeah.
Obviously, with this being the second to last episode, we are doing the NALPers, which is the Not Another Leeds podcast awards next week. So stay tuned for people getting announced during the week and the promos and stuff. Kev, James, I don't think we'll be doing a Sunday club, will we?
Definitely
Probably
not, mate.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably
we'll,
maybe Monday or Tuesday. Depends on how what sort of state I'm in. Yeah, be honest with you, I don't think I'm going to make it on. Maybe even Monday. Yeah, depends on how Sunday goes. So yeah, just fair warning, everyone.
Yeah. So if you have enjoyed this podcast, please do like and subscribe. We are on the road to 700, and this is our first season. So the more subscribers we can get, the more content we can put out, and the more I can make myself look like a complete dickhead. So thanks very much for tuning in, and we will see you for the NALPers next week.